Greetings and salutations, and nonsense is going to happen. We are going back to school life. I am CrazyCrashKing, your unusual goth, with my special guest.
Perfect Chaos 28.
Yes, he is my special guest for today, because he is Perfect Chaos for 28. Now, I actually came onto this game very randomly, in fact. Scouring Amazon.co.uk, I was finding a new game to buy for myself, and so I came across Bully, and I asked Sean, is this a good game? And he played it and said yes, so I bought it. Yes. End of exciting story, folks. Mwah!
And this is the Wii version, if you couldn't tell, obviously, and I played the PS2 version.
Yes, Sean, because that Wii motion, how to hold the Wii remote at the beginning, didn't, like, you know, give off the story. It didn't get off the...
I thought it was PS3, dude. I'm sorry.
I know, because the PS3, oh, you know what, you know, with the PS Move and all that, I'm not surprised.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So this is Bully, a Rockstar game by the makers, Rockstar, who created all the GTA games and, well, all
Red
the
Dead
GTA
Redemption?
games. Yes, and Red Dead Redemption.
Which is...
It's no surprise to what its game is, as you saw back there trying to load up a new file. It's pretty much, you know, your typical GTA game, but in gameplay style. You got the basic fighting style, map, and all that, and missions and whatnot, but you're in high school. And its basic story is whatnot, that we're in Bullworth, a really, really bad boarding school. Our main character here is Jimmy Hopkins, who pretty much is a run-of-the-mill, really bad teenager. 15-year-old, shaves his head, don't know why, and is now, you know, caused so much ruckus in all his other schools, he is now sent to Bullworth to stay for, well, however long his mother wants him to. And as you're going to see here, that Bullworth is not really what our little secretary here will say it is. As she says it's a really good high school, but no, it's not. It's really, really bad. And pretty much all the teachers here state it as to be one of the best schools ever, and them in their own little worlds and whatnot would say that. But as you're going to see here from Jimmy's perspective and all the kids and whatnot, especially most of the kids that get beat up, it's filled with bullies, nerds, geeks, and all those stereotypes that you would see. Because that's fun in a game, isn't it, Sean?
Oh, yeah. Picking on nerds. Picking on nerds.
And picking on nerds. Now you're all...
Do you really like this game, Alex?
Well, yeah, I do. I absolutely did love this game, and I had fun with it. And with hearing about a sequel or whatnot, then I'm going to be happy with that. And for one of my friends stated is, I absolutely love this game, but I hate its stereotypes. My friend, like Pilly10, yes I do know him, real life, he absolutely hates all the characters, especially the non-clique type, who play no role whatsoever in the game, and yet he hates them as well.
Now,
you know, he hates the filler characters, so I don't get that either.
If you're wondering, like, who would you, like, what role would you play if you were in Bully?
If I was in Bully?
Like, yeah, like, what group of people?
Well, if I had to pick from these group of people, I guess I'd be with the Greasers, but if I'd be on my own, I'd be with a Goth, of course.
Hello there, man.
Oh, well, I would be with the non-clique, because I don't have a clique.
I guess. So yeah, we're going to be introduced to sort of the second rival character, or should I say rival? Yes, apparently he's a doctor. This is our headmaster, Dr. Crapplesnitch. As I stated before, like, in a Skype chat, Doctor. Why Doctor? I mean, that's kind of blatant disregard to your role. I mean, you're a headmaster. What headmaster calls himself Doctor? Can you please operate on me and give me a better lung? No, you're not a doctor. Stick to your fucking role.
And obviously he's scared of Jimmy here.
He's sort of imitated by Jimmy, but he knows he's seen this type before. But Dr. Crapplesnitch absolutely thinks everything he does is, you know, the best thing for the school. But what he doesn't see is that behind his doors, everybody is, like, fighting each other. There's pranks everywhere, wedgies, purple nurples, and all that stuff happening. So, like, he could turn his back, and, you know, all that could be happening, but he turns back and, oh, it's a glorious day to him.
And can a viewer guess what the discipline is?
Headmaster.
Mowing the lawn. Dun dun dun.
That is one of the detentions that is apparently, yes, meant to serve a great deal here, mowing the lawn. Well,
It takes like 5 minutes.
I know, but it's such a stupid punishment. So the prefects, who are your also other authority figures, especially the teachers, you know, if you get caught doing something, you get sent to detention, but the detentions aren't really that all great, but they don't serve any discipline, so...
It's so easy. Like,
Right.
I purposely run around going getting in trouble just to laugh, and then I just get sent to 2 minutes of mowing the lawn, and I get thrown back into the real game.
So here I am
Yay.
at probably the worst.
Because apparently I want to go back to lawn mowing. Now, as you see by some of the students' colours here, they aren't pretty much...
Serial killers and
some of them are put in specific colours, not because they choose to wear some of the uniforms, but they're all based in cliques, as I said. There are the preps who are in the blue, posh boy uniforms and all that. They are the rich kids. The greasers, the poor ones who are in the 1950s clothing with leather jackets. The nerds who are in the sweater vests, who are in green, who love Dungeons and Monsters, or it's called something different around here as well. They're the non-curricular who are in the green, dark green, who don't really do anything, so they won't fight you, but they can fight. But they just decide not to. How do you know this? You just have to trigger it very, very efficiently. And there are the bullies, who are always in the white polo shirts.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, were you going to say something?
No, I don't think so.
And back there is one of the prefects who are in the dark blue built uniforms, really. They are other authority who patrol the school grounds. And that's
just go up and randomly fight somebody.
because apparently you're the new kid and you need to be shown the ropes as it is. So as you see here, you're introduced to the basic fighting style. The nunchuck is your left punch jabs, and your Wii remote controls your right. Put together, and you have your basic boxing style, using them together, left, right, left, right, left, right, as you would. Z, you can grab somebody and use the Wii remote to punch them down, and if you do it again, shake the nunchuck and you can throw them the other way. If you're and also you can, if you're charging up to somebody, if you're pressing A to run quickly, you can charge into them as well to knock them down, and also grab them while they're on the ground to fight them. And if you get somebody down to low enough health, judging by the circle on the ground that shows their health to red, grab them and press the arrow buttons to signify a humiliation, which is the red fist. I think it was Trent or something. Yeah, they all do have names. And depending on how big the character is, will be a different humiliation. But we can't humiliate Russell, not yet, who is leader of the Bullies, and is a complete moron, who likes to state himself out in the third person. Me Russell, me Gorilla, me Hulk.
Hulk's Russell smash.
Now that is something he says, which is a big reference to Hulk, and it is fitting, if I say, even though he is a stupid moron.
Yeah.
Now, as your welcome is, Jimmy doesn't really trust anybody, but thankfully Gary here is willing to be our friend. Because we want to trust this guy, don't we?
Now, if I walked down the hall, saw this guy with a weird-looking eyebrow, I'd be like, I don't want to be your friend.
This guy is Gary Smith, who pretty much becomes your friend throughout the game, but in events that happen soon, he will change his mind about you. And I'm going to say about every description that Gary Smith is looks exactly like my brother. The haircut, the cut eyebrow that chavs or white trash to you Americans do. They like to cut it to look gangster. His speak and everything. Although at least Gary, unlike my brother, he doesn't speak like a chav. He doesn't want to speak gangster all the time.
Now, when I first saw Gary, and I saw his eyebrow, I thought it was a scar. And recently, Alex just told me, it's a,
It's not. It's basically something that white trash love to do to look cool and whatnot. As we've been sent to, we're going to get in trouble for not wearing the uniform, but actually, you can get away with not wearing the uniform, and the prefects and the school authority will simply look at you and say, put on your uniform, but they rarely will do anything to you. So, it's not a big, you know, you can get away with not wearing the uniform, because you'll get a lot of costumes in this game, like all the other Rockstar games and whatnot. And here, we are introduced to your second best friend, or becomes later Jimmy's actual best friend. Petey Kowalski, who is pretty much nicknamed Femboy for reasons of him loving bright colours, acting boyish, and then off on girlish and all that. And he's pretty much, you know, your basic weakling little shrimpy guy, as you meet in most schools, right?
yeah, I would say.
Would you say that you've met somebody sort of like Petey in your days, Sean?
No, not in my school, because everybody's a drug dealer or does drugs.
As a drug dealer? I wouldn't know what kind of your school's got. That's awesome!
I'm just being nice to the new kid,
Yeah, pretty much everybody in my school does drugs or sells drugs to me.
Look, I gotta unpack.
So,
Would you guys mind getting out of here?
At least here, though, Petey won't be dealing drugs, and nor Gary, but apparently he was put on medication younger, as it was stated before.
yeah.
That was the basic gist of it, and we're going to save here, and we're going to go on to the next part. So see you in part 2s.